Wow, that's some sort of architecture, that. Very nice. That rivals a lot of places that we've seen. Well, good morning, campers. Look at this beautiful, beautiful, calm waters this morning. We are just waking up in the morning, still in Tropea, but we really wanted to go into town yesterday because this looks like a beautiful place. We'd read about the town and read about its architecture and buildings, etc. I thought, yeah, beautiful, we'll go in there tonight. But then we read online and we were told by some people that this place over here, the Porto di Tropea, is basically ripping everybody off with a boat. So rather than let people just tie their boat down and leave it in a relatively safe place, which is what most boaters do, the dinghy mafia actually demand up to €35 just to leave your dinghy there while you visit this beautiful place. Not overnight, just for maybe a few hours, just while you have a look round town. And we would have gone round town last night and we would have had a look round and bought some stuff and gone into a restaurant. And so Tropea is missing out really on tourists that are being put off going to it, certainly with people with boats, just because of some greedy little gits in there who want to rip you off and illegally charge you money. I say illegally because you don't get a receipt, so you can guarantee no taxes paid on that €35. It just goes straight into the back pocket of the greedy, probably arrogant person that's actually running it. So it's a bit of a scam, which is a real shame because this did look like a nice place to go. Never mind, Tropea, you missed out on us, failed to get ashore and show the good people of the world what a beautiful place this is, because it is a beautiful place. This little cove over here you can go scuba diving in. There you go. Well, today we are off that way, back down to Scilla, which is our next destination on our way to Sicily, where we hope to get some boat repairs done. Hopefully, if I can talk Pookie into it, go and have a look at Mount Etna. She's scared of volcanoes, so God knows what's going to go on. Hopefully they'll be more welcoming than the port people over here that are really letting down this beautiful town. Well, here we are, just on our way to that town over there called Scilla. As you can see, it's just at the foothills of this huge load of mountains that go away around sort of here. Lovely bridge there, look. That must have cost a small fortune to build. That looks massive. And again there. Wow. Anyway, so we're off to Scilla, which is right next to this place here, which is Sicily. As you can see from the screen here, we went from Tropea down to Scilla and stayed the night. As you can see in this video here, it was a very nice little place, a lovely little town, very picturesque. But we had to get onto the blob near the bottom, which was a lovely little place called Naxos, which is right near Taormina and Mataro. So we're just sailing along here towards southern Sicily. So I don't know which one of these mountains is Mount Etna, but one of them's got to be. It's interesting looking along the coast, all the way back there, all the way down here. There were hardly any sort of umbrellas or people out on the beaches at all. You've got a tiny little sort of bit of an organised beach down there, a little private beach going on with umbrellas, and you've got another one there now. So they're starting to become a bit more sort of prevalent. But it also looks, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but it also looks a little bit grey. So it's like got grey sand. I guess that must be because it's a volcanic island, but I've never been to a volcanic island before, so that's a new one on me. Sunny Sicily. It was on the news. People were sending us some details about this. It's been on the news back in the UK apparently that it's going to hit 48 degrees here. 48 degrees in the next couple of days. Wow, we are not looking forward to that. Well, we're just coming up to Mataro, which is just north, if you want to call it that, or actually it might be east of Taormina. And round this side, up there on the hills, all the nice restaurants apparently, all the good restaurants seem to be around this side. And yet We're not stopping here because I just don't fancy the climb way up there just to get a bite to eat. But I love these little old buildings here that have been built onto the top of the rock. Always looks like they're part of the rock. They look really clever, cleverly worked in. Well, we came ashore and we've ended up in this lovely restaurant. In fact, you can probably just about make out right in the distance there our Catamaran, Sawasdeekat, and the mini little and the little Sawasdeekat too, just over here. So where are you, Pookie?
We Nassau, just south of
Taormina, yeah.
In Sicily.
In Sicily.
And this is our first meal in the restaurant in Sicily.
And how did we get here?
We got here by the dinghy, and I have to drag the dinghy up to shore.
You had to get out in your shoes, didn't you?
Yes.
You left your shoes on. That was bizarre.
I didn't have time to take the shoes off.
Well, I did. I managed it.
Because I hold the boat for you to take your shoes off.
Take the shoes off, take the socks off, get ready, get a towel.
Yeah, somebody have to do all the hard work and somebody is just like leisurely. Here we are.
So here we are. And that's our outlook. Beautiful. Overlooking, there's Taormina in the background, all the little lights. And our boat is kind of probably that little light there, the tallest one on the anchor light. And this is the town, so we're going to have a quick look around the town. And we're going to get rid of some rubbish off the boat, and then we're going to go back.
This is our first day here on the boat. Look the place.
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
And look at the food.
It's a flow. From Argentina. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yes.
Beautiful restaurant. Great
We
first
are
day.
in La Cambusa restaurant in Giardini Nazio.
La Cambusa.
AIC advertising all the way.
My name is Salvo.
Woke up this morning to see this coming past. What the hecky decky is that? That is most peculiar. Okay, answers on a postcard because I've got no clue. It is going from the mainland this morning over there towards Sicily, which is where we're going as well. But they are in some sort of weird thing, and I have got no clue. Sammy, sing him. Do what? Only mad people do what?
Only mad people come to the volcano area when it's still...
Puck's been looking at photos. There's Mount Etna, ready to burst the pipes all over again. What, is it the most active, was it?
Yes, the world's most active volcano.
And we're next to it. Oh, it is.
Why are we here for? Oh, why are we here now?
Imagine living in one of them houses up on the hill.
Huh?
Imagine being in one of them houses up on the hill.
Yeah, they can be that. I'm not interested in getting the tour up to Mount Etna either. No.
No. Back there was Taormina, and we were going to go into Taormina, but then Pookie got a little bit of heat stroke, so we had to sort of get the air conditioning on and cool her down and get her some cold sort of compress type stuff, because heat stroke's not a very nice thing to get. There's Mount Etna still, churning away a bit of smoke, not actually erupting as Puck's feared, but and just around the corner there is Catania. Catania is the second biggest city in Sicily, and quite a busy place, but didn't really look that nice to us. So we're heading off into the abyss. We won't get to Syracuse today. We're going to stop at a nice little anchorage, which is in a nice little bay on the way to Syracuse. Very quiet, nothing really there much. You can probably hear the humming in the background. That's because we've switched our generator on. Now, we're lucky because we've got over 2 kilowatts of solar, but it is super hot here in where are we? but it's super hot here in Sicily. Some reports have said it could go up to 48 degrees here in the next week, which is mentally hot. So we've started basically using our air conditioning, which means putting on the generator because it doesn't run off the batteries. It's way too powerful for that. It just clicks out straight away. But then anyway, while I'm here, I thought what I'll do is tell you about the jobs that we seem to have found again on the boat. Honestly, don't buy a boat unless you're really good with mechanics and everything else. I mean, look at the list here. Yeah, right. Fit a new Raymarine aerial on top of the mast, because we keep losing AIS, we keep losing our satellite signal. So I'm thinking, well, let's just put a new aerial on the top, make sure it's connected well, make sure it's all done. That's one other thing. Set up the Raymarine so we can see how well we're sailing. Apparently, what it does, it's so clever that when you're sailing along, it'll actually tell you in a percentage terms how good you are at sailing. How clever is that? We're barely going to get above 10%, obviously. We're going to get 50%. You're not trying hard enough. But never mind. But I'd like to know what it is. That'd be quite cool. Change or repair. Oh, the anometer. Yeah, because, for example, we had the problem the other day with the anometer, so we're going to change that. That's the spinny roundy thing on the top of the mast. So while he's up there, we can change that as well. And fit a new radio aerial on the top of the mast for the radio while you're at it. I mean, you may as well. Our radio is a car radio, it's fitted to the boat, it's got no aerial, so we don't get any live music. We have to listen to the same SD card spinning the same music around again and again and again. Never mind. So that'll be done hopefully with that as well. Okay, so oh, I need to check if the calorifier is working, because we had some weird smells coming from that earlier in the week. Check the solar's working, because even on the brightest of days here, we're only getting about 1.4 kilowatts out of our 2.2, which that sounds pretty feeble. It is so bright and so hot here. I don't know, but we're going to look at that as well. What else? Replace all the old 8-volt lights for LEDs. If you remember, we tried to do this twice before and failed dismally twice before, so hopefully it'll be third time lucky. We actually get some LED lights in the boat and I'll be okay. Okay, so what else? What else electrical? This is all just electrical. And finally, replace all the plug sockets on the boat. Remember, I bought the plug sockets from the UK. They hopefully will get fitted at the same time and we'll get all that done. So there's all the electrical jobs. We don't want the bimini things done, we want the zips done and make this a bit neater on that. So we've got a load of bimini stuff to do. The bathroom pump out of Pookie's room, because Pookie's still not using her shower and toilet because she thinks it might leak. And yeah, we had that cavitation. We had some cavitation on one of the rudders, but I tightened it up and it seems to have cured it. Hopefully. Watch this space. What else? Also, the starboard engine is leaking oil and water, which means this would have been the third time I've got somebody to look at that blessed engine. So it's right. I mean, if I knew what I was doing, would I do it myself? I probably would do it myself, because it costs such a lot of money to get these guys to do these things. Hopefully, anyway, somebody can look at to see why it's leaking oil and water. This one on the right hand side, as you're sitting on the boat, is just using a bit of oil, not very much, so I'm quite happy to just top that up. And if we lift it out then I want to get the anodes changed. These are these sacrificial sort of bits of metal that corrode. I don't know what they do. They something to do with taking the electricity out of the water so that your body of your boat doesn't deteriorate. The actual bit of floppy metal does. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but apparently you need to get them done. The last time I think they were done was when we were in Cartagena, so that's a year and a half ago, so I think they're probably on their way out by now. So we're going to have to get it lifted out in Ragusa as well, and we're going to have to get the anodes changed, get the bottom of the boat cleaned, which will do it some good as well. I might even buy a bit of copper coat paint and repaint it again, just to put an extra layer on just in case. And well, actually we might even get some LED lights fitted to the underside of the boat. I mean, perfect opportunity to put a hole in your boat. So yeah, that will be done as well. Oh, finally, one last thing is the stopcocks, as I call them, on the bottom of the boat will have to be changed for some different ones because they have frozen up and they don't work. You might have seen that on another video. If you haven't, why don't you go and look back? Help the numbers. Anyway, right, so off to Syracuse.
Let's go explore. We're in Sicily, in Syracuse. Very nice forming rock here. Few people come for a swim and snorkeling. Quite shallow here. Nice green emerald water. And look at the people on the veranda. I think it's a local coming down from the flats.
I think you'd have a lot of wildlife out there.
Be careful, it drops like shallow.
Okay, look. Let's come across there.
Captain is getting ready. Roll. Ay, 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 ay.
Well, after nearly losing our anchor, we headed off to Syracuse. Look at all the fish down there. Syracuse. Well, here we are in Syracuse, and we're on the hunt for some good limoncello. Lots and lots of little stores here, selling all sorts of paraphernalia. Inside the Vecchio pub. Really quite eclectic, definitely different, and cool enough for Puck. Only cool enough for Puck because she's going to sit right next to this thing. I love places like this, totally unique, totally just made up as they go along. Oh, I love these little alleyways. It reminds me of lovely other places like Stitches and other such places where you've got these lovely little tables, in the street, literally taking up the space. Someone gets to sit up on the balcony on busy nights, looking down on the town. And so we're in Sicily, and we've gone to where?
Chinese restaurant.
A bloody Chinese restaurant in the middle of Sicily.
Yes.
And we're here in Chiang Mai's bloody garden.
Shanghai.
Whatever. Oh dear. Never mind. So, I can't do it serious now.
Honestly, the Long Island iced tea went to your head.
No, it didn't. Okay, so we met these people from Australia, from Perth, and a guy called Eddie and his wife called Ruth, and they were out with some friends, and they invited us to a lovely little restaurant. We didn't get in because they didn't have enough tables. So hopefully, if he still remembers us, we might look up when we get to Australia. In the meantime, we're here in the Ching Chang Chong shop, and Pookie's ordering what? Dim sum.
Dim sum.
Dim sum.
We're going to have há cảo siêu mai and xiêu long bao and another thing I can't remember the name. I'm a bit tipsy now.
Now it's steam, right?
Not a bit.
Yes,
a lot.
6 minutes is fine. And then what?
Right, so the choices are,
Fried milk,
right,
Cocoa roll.
Cocoa fried milk.
No. Fried milk.
Fried milk. What
Number
the heck
2.
is fried milk?
Good clue. Second,
Cocoa who?
cocoa roll.
Cocoa roll. A cocoa roll.
Yeah. And then fried,
Coconut or cocoa chocolate?
Cocoa chocolate.
Chocolate,
And then
not
they
coconut.
have the fried ice cream.
Or fried ice cream. We've not been in a Chinese restaurant yet that hasn't had quite an eclectic choice of desserts, and this was no different. So, we'll leave it there in Syracuse, and if you join us next time, you'll see us go from Syracuse round to Ragusa, where we park our boat and fly home for Pookie's birthday and a bit of food show. Join us next time, and don't forget, like it if you have, and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.